Happy Peeka Wednesday, everybody. Yes. Peeka. What does that spell? Pika Pika. Remember that song, you guys? Oh, I miss Jessica. Do any of you guys miss her? I really like that tune that she did for the Peeka Wednesday. Yeah. Anyway, it is Peeka Wednesday. We made it to another week, and this week's theme was picked by Tammy at Tater Tot Reborn's Nursery, and she picked cartoon characters or anything red, white, or black. And I don't have anything small enough for these pikas and cartoon characters, but I do have white. So I dressed all three of them in white. I have three full body vinyl pikas. This little girl on the left with the butterflies in her hair, that is Buttercup, and she's dressed in a pretty little fairy type onesie. It has it's just plain white, and it has some netting on the sleeves and kind of like a little skirt, and it has little sparkles and gold beads and pearls in it. It's really pretty. And then Bumble sitting in the middle here, my little boy Pika, he still has the same outfit on that he had the last time you guys seen him, but it goes with the theme. It's white and it has a red stripe in the middle. And he's still got his little white tennis shoes on. And then you have Honeybee here is in a little white romper. It has some um, straps with some eyelet lace, and there's little silver kind of silver fleck kind of in the shirt part of the romper. Anyway, there they are. And little Bumble has a Smurf, and that is one of my favorite cartoon characters. So hello everyone. Happy Peeka Wednesday. Like I said, my name is Lisa and I am that doll collector. And I'm sitting in my doll room. Welcome to my doll room. Welcome to my happy place. This is my favorite place in my whole house. I love sitting in here with all these little ones around me, all my baby dolls. So if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that you will consider subscribing yourself. It never costs you any money to subscribe. All it ever costs you is just a little bit of your time. So thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate and love each and every one of you. Well, like I said, for this Peeka Wednesday, the theme is cartoon characters, red, white, or black. And I just had a quick little thing that I wanted to talk about in addition to the Peeka theme were about cartoon characters. And if you grew up in the 70s and the 80s like I did, you probably remember we had a lot of different cartoons on Saturday mornings. And I lived in the country, so that was the only time that we ever got cartoons. And I remember um, our house, and we had an antenna. We'd only had an antenna on the top of our house. And in order to get the different channels, we had this a piece of equipment inside the house called a router. And it was a box and it had a circle, and you turned it. And each direction that you would turn it, you would get a different channel. And it got to be interesting, especially later as I got to be a teenager. I had my own television in my bedroom, and I had a bedroom up in the upstairs, and our main TV was down in the living room downstairs. And if I happened to be watching a channel and somebody else decided that they wanted to watch something different and had to turn the the router, I was out of luck. My channel would no longer come in. So there would be a lot of argumenting going on in the house. And I'll never forget the sound that it made when you would turn that. It would be like roar, 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 and you could hear it turning on the roof. It was really interesting. The how things have changed, how times have changed, right? And now you can watch cartoons whenever you want. They're on just about every channel, and you don't have to even pay for them. They're on all the free channels. Um, much, much different than when I was a kid. I remember telling my mom to get me up early so I could watch Popeye, because Popeye the Sailor Man was always on. He was on the earliest every Saturday, and she would get me and my brother up, and we would start watching cartoons. And I think the last cartoon to come on was right before noon, because they would cut off at noon. I think was Bugs Bunny. It was the Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner. Um, I always liked the characters on that TV or on that cartoon. My favorite was Pepe Le Pew. I thought he was so funny. I had a relationship kind of like Pepe Le Pew once. I was a cat. Have any of you had that? Anyway, yeah, it was fun. Uh, Anyway, do you guys remember a cartoon character called the Wuzzle? Do you remember these? I remember watching these real briefly. I don't think they were on for very long, but they were. Wuzzle is a combination of two different animals. Like this is Hoppopotamus, and she's a combination of a rabbit and a hippopotamus. And I always liked her because I think because of her colors. And that's one thing about the cartoons back then was like we still had black and white TVs too. A color hadn't been out too terribly long. And by putting like the bright, brilliant colors, I remember that about the Smurfs too. They had the bold colors in that cartoon. They were so pretty, and they always caught your eye. And I think that's why I liked the Wuzzles so much, is because they're so pretty. So, and each stuffed animal Wuzzle that you would get would come with its own storybook. So that was kind of a neat thing about this character. And then do you guys remember these? These were the Popples. And these weren't on very long either. But I do remember the commercials mainly, seeing them. I thought they were so cool. Once again, they had the really bright colors like this. And they have a tail with a poof on the end. And the neat thing is they have this pocket. And you can flip them inside and make a ball. So you can have them like this with their tail sticking out, or you can have just their head sticking out, or you can put their head inside and make them into a ball. And that's how they kind of advertised them, as they kind of rolled them around. They were rolling around on the floor, and that's where they have the little tag that says Popples there. But they're a really, really cute little cartoon, cute little character, Popples. Things that they made up with. They had so many different cartoons back then. We would watch, Transformers then, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those, we would watch those. He-Man. I remember I babysat my two cousins one summer, and he was into He-Man. He had everything He-Man. And they would watch Muppet Babies. That was their favorite cartoon that they would watch. I remembered those. The Animaniacs and all those kinds of cartoons. So things you remember as a kid. Yeah, Mom would get us up, like I said, really early, and we would sit there and watch. She would let us have our cereal on Saturday mornings in front of the TV. We would sit there and eat our cereal and watch our cartoons. And we thought we had it made back then, and we did. We did. So I hope you liked today's videos, guys. I enjoyed making it for you. Happy Peeka Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed seeing the Peekas. Go over and check out the other channels for Peeka Wednesday. And I thank you so much for coming by and helping to make my day a very happy Dolly Day. And I hope that you all are having one as well. I love you, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Remember that happiness is a choice. Take care. I love you. Bye-bye, everyone.